This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you from the Dawson James Securities Small Cap Growth Conference 2019 here in Jupiter, Florida. I'm with Greg Gorgas from Artelo Biosciences. It's a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. Greg, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. It's great to be here.
It's good to have you. So let's get started with a brief overview of the company, and we'll go from there.
Well, in early 2017, some investors came to me and said, this cannabinoid space is a hot area. We'd like to invest in it, but we want someone like you to run a company in a federally legal way to approach this endocannabinoid system that is where the cannabinoids target in the body. And so 2 years ago, we started Artelo Biosciences, licensed in 2 assets, developed a third, and we're now up on the NASDAQ and advancing our programs.
So I typically ask at this point in the interview, what history could you tell me about the company? So let's talk about what's going on in the company, brief history.
Well, so we licensed in an asset that was originally created at AstraZeneca. This is an asset that has been in 5 phase 1 studies. It's been in 205 people, and it had a very profound effect on appetite. And when we saw this asset and it was available to us, we said cancer anorexia, that about 60% of all late-stage cancer people suffer from, profound weight loss leading to their wasting and demise, that this is a real unmet need. FDA has never approved yet a drug to treat cancer anorexia. And when we saw the effect of this drug, the profound effect on weight loss and anorexia, we said that this deserves a chance to go through regulated drug development and get onto the market perhaps and offer some real benefit to those patients suffering from cancer anorexia. We have 2 other assets in development. One is a direct anti-cancer agent for breast and prostate cancer. This is a protein target in the body that regulates the feeding and growth of cancer, and resting this protein or inhibiting this protein seems to work very well in the non-clinical models. We can't wait to bring this through non-clinical development and get it ready for human trials. Our third program is a proprietary patented approach to CBD or cannabidiol. This is a very powerful chemical or cannabinoid that is, yes, produced from the plant, but it can also be made synthetically. And in our hands, we believe that it has commercial and clinical advantages.
What would you say is Artelo's competitive advantage?
Well, our competitive advantage is we've gone into this space with experienced folks from the pharmaceutical industry, and we're taking a very rigorous pharmaceutical approach to this endocannabinoid system. And thus far, with the expectation of the first composition of matter patent on CBD, is proof testimony to what we as a team are aiming to do.
What's the landscape like in your industry right now?
Well, it's growing, and we believe that we're at the tip of the spear on that. There's only about 4 or 5 companies that are up on the NASDAQ that target this endocannabinoid system. When the NIH said that there is a treasure, basically said that there's a treasure trove of opportunity, that this endocannabinoid system affects almost every human disease, when I saw that and realized that there wasn't a drug for every human disease based upon targeting the receptors of the endocannabinoid system, I said this is a real opportunity, and I think we're at the forefront of that.
What would you say is the size of the addressable markets?
Well, all of the markets, interestingly enough, that we're going after are multi-billion-dollar markets. So the breast and prostate cancer, those are tens of billions of dollars in markets. The one that would appear to be the smallest would be the cancer anorexia, where today physicians are spending about, or the market size is about $1 billion in the U.S., another $1 billion outside the United States. But that's using very generic and inexpensive drugs like prednisone to try and get people to gain weight. Think about charging just 10 times the price of prednisone. You can think about a $10 billion market opportunity just in the United States.
What's your background?
My background is about 30 plus, I say plus after 30 years, 30 plus years of biopharmaceutical drug development and commercialization. I came up through the commercial ranks and have had the privilege of working with a lot of intelligent folks developing some really important medicines. One of them that I'm known for helping launch in the United States is rituximab, or Rituxan, which is about a $9 billion asset globally today for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and other indications. But aside from cancer, which we're left shifted in as a company, I've had the privilege of working with literally drugs to treat from head to toe.
Tell me a little bit about the management team that goes along with you.
Well, my close partner in this is Dr. Steven Reich. Dr. Steven Reich started in academia working at the NCI. He went on to found a global CRO called ParXL, and he's worked at notable companies such as Pfizer and Ligand and Biogen. Dr. Reich is a board-certified medical oncologist. He has actually presided over cancer anorexia trials in the past, and we're just real thrilled that he's on our team helping lead this program.
So you're a public company, so only tell me what's been made public. What are some growth drivers coming up for the next year?
Well, naturally, when we bring this cancer anorexia program through the mid-stage of drug development hopefully towards FDA approval, that'll be a catalyst for the company, and we expect our first data readout on that in 2020. We are also expecting for a issuance from the U.S. Patent Office, a patent on our CBD co-crystal. And so that's another big catalyst. Normally, a patent is just a right to passage in the biopharmaceutical industry, but if you look at the cannabinoid space, those that have been able to get patents, it is a real growth driver for the company. And we think that having composition of matter, which is the holy grail of patents, with cannabidiol will be a real game changer for us.
Greg, let's get your website out for more information for our investor audience, if you would.
Happy to share that. So it's artelobio.com. It's spelled ARTELOBIO.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Gorgas, Artelo Biosciences, publicly traded company on NASDAQ, and the symbol is ARTL. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, coming to you live from the Dawson James Securities Small Cap Growth Conference 2019 here in Jupiter, Florida. Greg, what a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much, Shelley.